Hi, this is Dave Hompes. As you may know, I wrote the book and the ebook, The H Pylori Diet, and I just wanted to explain the reasons why I felt it necessary to write this material and present it to you so that you have an opportunity to read and learn from it. The reality of the situation is that if you have H. pylori, we know that H. pylori can cause a huge amount of different symptoms, both within the digestive system and in other areas of your body. Now, within the digestive system, because it buries into your stomach and intestinal lining, it can cause a lot of inflammation, swelling and pain, which can lead to acid feelings, burning stomach, acid reflux, heartburn. The knock-on effects of the H. pylori being there can be diagnoses such as gastritis. It can lead to ulcers. It may lead to stomach cancer in some people. Now, it can also lead to the typical IBS type of symptoms that get reported on a regular basis: bloating, constipation, diarrhea, excess wind, burping, etc., etc. But H. pylori can also cause symptoms outside the digestive system as well, because if you can't digest and absorb your foods properly and you have inflammation in the gut, that's going to lead to nutritional deficiencies, and it's going to lead to hormonal imbalances, which can then affect your energy levels, your mood, your skin, and pretty much any other function basically within your body. Now, we're not saying that H. pylori is solely responsible for those symptoms. In fact, the whole reason I needed to write this material is that I've worked with hundreds of people where just by changing their diet, we've been able to eliminate the majority of their symptoms, or even get rid of their symptoms completely, even before they have worked on H. pylori, whether they've taken medical drugs or herbs or whatever it might be to get rid of the H. pylori. A lot of the symptoms disappear before the H. pylori is even looked at. Now, that might seem strange, but it's well known in the medical research and in the literature that lots and lots of people carry H. pylori around and it does not cause them any symptoms. There are several reasons why some people get symptoms and some don't. Those are covered in the H. pylori diet book itself, but it's a little complex to go into in this video. It's to do with the different strains of H. pylori, to do with the way that each individual person reacts to having the infection. But the bottom line is, the same symptoms that H. pylori causes can also be caused by the food that you are putting in your mouth. And there are many common foods that the majority of people are eating on a day-to-day basis that can create pain and inflammation in the digestive system, just like H. pylori does. So the H. pylori diet book actually informs you and tells you exactly which foods those are. And we also cover other causes of the symptoms. So it's not just about H. pylori, and it's not just about the food. It's also about other chronic digestive infections that can live in your digestive tract. So for example, my personal story, I had H. pylori and I also had Blastocystis hominis, which is a microscopic parasite. Now, we see people in the testing that we run all the time who have worms, other parasites, yeast and fungal overgrowth, either alongside or instead of H. pylori. So we have a lot of people coming along thinking they have H. pylori because they have all the same symptoms as H. pylori, but in actual fact, it's the foods and it's the other bugs that are causing the problems. Now, if you were to take a course of therapy for H. pylori, whether it's herbal or whether it's medical, the likelihood is that those treatment protocols or those cleansing protocols won't work if there is something else in there. So it's really important to understand this. So in terms of the H. pylori diet itself, this is basically what we cover. We have the first section of the book, which is teaching you about H. pylori, what symptoms it causes, how it gets into your body, whether you can pass it to your loved ones or not, how to test for it, a little bit about whether the medical treatments work for everybody or not, which herbal treatments might work or not, depending on who you are as an individual. But the key aspects of the program that is presented within that book are, first of all, we list the foods that you need to avoid. These are the foods that regularly irritate your digestive system, okay? It's absolutely essential to avoid these foods in most cases. If you don't avoid them, there's a chance that your symptoms will never go away, even if you get rid of H. pylori or the other bugs that are in there. Then we look at optimizing your diet. We look at giving you the foods that are going to feed your body, make it healthy, nourish it, and heal it. Then we look at supermarket foods, common supermarket foods and herbs and spices that might have an effect against H. pylori. So we're not needing necessarily to buy any specialized products to work against H. pylori, because a lot of common foods, as I say, can actually have a beneficial effect in helping to inhibit the growth of H. pylori within the digestive system. And they have been studied medically and are presented in the scientific literature. And then finally, we actually look at specific herbs and supplements that have been shown to work against pylori, H. pylori, in medical and scientific research. And not only that, I actually teach you exactly which products to use, exactly where to get them, exactly how to use them, how much of them to take, for how long, and it's all put together for you so that you don't have to read all these different internet sites and try and make sense of all the conflicting information that's out there. This program is a time-tested and proven protocol that has worked for many hundreds, in fact now well into the thousands of people around the world, not only eradicate the H. pylori, but also recover from many, many different symptoms that were caused by the foods that they were eating and other aspects in addition to H. pylori. So if you're having difficulty eradicating H. pylori, or you'd like to try a natural approach, or you'd like to combine a natural approach with the medical approach for getting rid of H. pylori, I highly recommend that you order the H. pylori diet ebook or book, and I guarantee you that once you start on the program, you're going to feel a lot better. You're going to have better energy levels, smoother digestion, less pain, less bloating and wind. You're going to sleep better, and your moods are going to be more stable and even as well. And so the H. pylori diet is not just a program to get rid of H. pylori. It's used as a general health building program. It just has the added bonus that we have the protocols in there to help you make sense of the conflicting information and get better results faster with less wasted effort and money.